Oh, okay. Erangel time. Time to get a little excited here, Rich, because you know what? In classic PUBG fashion, we come into a final weekend. It's a nice weekend. Hope you're all having a nice time. Thanks for hanging out, etc. Um, and there's a team at the front, right? There's a team at the front. We're like, FaZe. It's not Sunday yet. Don't worry, but they're doing well. They're looking good, and they have a pretty average start to the day. It's not an atrocious start. It's not like what's gone on with the roster, but it's definitely not up to what we'd seen leading to this point. Now, whether or not anyone else can catch them, the Shift W's, Ents's, Liquids of the world is yet to be seen, but it does open room, doesn't it? And it always seems to on these final days.
Especially when they've only garnered, don't get me wrong, 2 games is 2 games, but only 4 points across the last 2 Miramars that we've seen. While you've got Shift W, I think, have jumped 10. Liquid are up as well. They're on, I think it's 15. So other teams are starting to make note of that and take advantage of it. And again, it's just one of those things where we tomorrow will start to look at a numbers game. Who's completely and utterly out of the running? Who has to survive longest? Blah blah blah. You know the drill. It's the placement race towards the end of the day. This will be a really big problem if you're not inside the circle. The only real... let's take a look. If Ents actually dip up, I say dip up, go is up on the map, but actually downhill from them from that roadside. If they beat the bystanders to that compound just below them, which is the 3-stack compound, they're going to be laughing. If not, and if bystanders push them out, they're kind of buggered and they'll have to stay stationary now. WS will take the west edge of the circle and play the yellows for as long as they humanly can. It'll be in, it'll be safe. It won't be too much. Maybe Northern Lights actually run into ETG because they're about to cross in the north. Omicron have taken the very last, and I was going to touch on it, the very last compound in the north. It's inside. It's the yellows towards the field, which is just left of all this happening. Well, that's an interesting way of doing it. All right. Crash me, I'll crash you. Not a problem. Thank you very much. GG, and it's job done. Spyro holds on the 2 versus 1. And Thunder and Forever get backhanded.
Hold on, Tixu. Oh, don't do this, Tixu. Everything was looking so good. What are you doing to me, Tixu? Oh, Ents. Making a bit of a fumble there. Tixu maybe trying to get a little bit of territory, maybe secure a little bit, but he came into this blind. It was quite late as well. They'd been posted up on this side for a moment or two. They saw obviously bystanders go into position. But rolling into that, I'm not all that impressed. Lovely positioning, just T-boning the car. Spyro, you're an animal.
Liquid are still sitting pretty, and we call that compound the Liquid compound from ages, a dog age ago. And finally, it's come through.
And here we go, TSM. Ooh, God, Miraku is lucky to be alive, but he's got support, he's got friends. Miraku's not alone. And TSM hold. They lost Vex, but he's recoverable. Fine. That was a manic crash. Everyone piled in. TSM hold ground. They're doing well today. He gets caught by a stray bullet. He will be dead. And it's actually Noki to go down out of all of them. Blaze just found the Wildcats, it looks like, and even Mexi chiming in with a little bit, stealing some points away. And here comes the remainder, I guess, of Adepts. They tried to pull it together, but, coming in bits and pieces, limping into this. Not going to do you well. Lovely Tokyo drifting. Stylish as ever, Furax, but he's made it to the position, but he's all alone.
Smokes are down, you can see in the distance, but there's no bodies to really make use of them. Offstring still just crouching around and hoping that no one sees him, tapping forward so there's no footsteps made. It's a very slow process, but you know what, it actually works. No one can hear you when you do tap forward like that, so clearly trying to stay alive and be an anchor point for the rest. Okay, that's interesting. That might be the go signal for the rest of the team to rally together and get inside this building, because it's Batulin's on his own. The rest of them are just run away from it. They'll actually see him jumping off the top, and now Volcano can be theirs. They can take full ownership of this, move away from that. They've just been gifted it. They do eventually, don't get me wrong, but you're going to have to move next circle no matter what happens. Yeah. Northern Lights have a slightly better bit of territory compared to them. Let's take a look where everyone else kind of... Jesus, actually, this has paid off rent.
Let's have a look, real quick. They've gone for not a full pull-up. It's not a full commitment. They've gone early. They've gone out of the vehicles early on towards the top of the hill. And there's a fair enough amount of room up there that they can work around this. Not in a huge hurry by the blue, but they're going to have to move eventually. Na'Vi and FaZe. Now that's a fight. Let's see what FaZe can do here. The question marks are with them at the moment. They've not had the best... Oh, this off angle. You're dead. Don't fight Uber in here. He's got his name. His face is on those walls. You don't come into this area likely. But now Uber has to walk away. His teammates have been slaughtered. 2 kills only. Maybe if he gets a res, it's game on. But no, Senya denies. Big pickup. Now Orange is on the way. You've got them all amongst this. It's just Uber. The CIS got against the CIS team. And now you're going to see the spray come out. It doesn't matter. Na'Vi take down FaZe. That's 13th place with only 2 points, I think. That's a big problem for these guys. Bystanders on the pull-up. Somehow, Maxi denied it all with off-string. Well played between those two. But this is when we got to look towards the top now. TSM. Who else was up there? I think Liquid was up there. It was ENCE and Shift W, right? So these 4 teams, suddenly, game on. You see FaZe go down, you know there's a little bit more of a chance for you, that touch more incentive to make that push.
Well, every single team needs to just lay into FaZe today because we know what day it is tomorrow, and if there is any day of the week that they're going to turn up, it'll be a Grand Championship Sunday. But of course, it is Saturday, and unfortunately, 3 games in, they are struggling. I think it's, I mean, what, they're on 100, it's the Ghana 2 points average a game so far is absolutely not gonna cut it when there's 50k on the line for their spot. They've got a big target painted on all 4 of their members' backs. And backs go up against the wall. Well, sometimes FaZe does come out on top, so it's, you know, we'll kind of leave it there. But certainly for everybody else now, they understand the lay of the land. They understand what's happening here, and there is ample opportunity. TSM is one team in particular that is taking full advantage of this. To jump up, they weren't even in the top 6 when we came in today. Now they're just, you know, they're a couple of points shy of 3rd position. This is, I mean, Martin said, oh, is it Froz? Someone said potentially Curse of the Caster on James's side. That's got to hurt. But, yeah, James looks like he's picking a real winner today so far. They are firing on all cylinders. The position that they have now isn't the greatest. So, you know, let's not curse them completely out of the competition thus yet for this map, certainly. They've got a lot of work to do. They've got to get through ENCE first if they want to stand any chance of seeing top 5 in this game.
Okay. TSM, what are you going to do with this then? Same with Shift W, but they've got an easier path because they've got Chris and Killikai already across the road. Now, where's TSM going with this? Hold on, this is going nowhere. What? Nades coming out. Liquid's about to destroy these boys. There's nothing they can do. Here comes the fire. It's eliminating the combination. Iroh is dead. The bombardment continues. Goodbye, TSM. That was not a good move. I'm going to be honest. That looks short-sighted. I know it's probably their only option that they thought they had, but not including Shift W in their plans, not realizing that Liquid were well and truly within nade range. I don't know if that was the best of ideas. And now look at Shift W just mopping up all the goodies. The goblins are here to take all the loot. They're happy. They're just rolling in it. Top left. Let's see if the nade's going to be any good. He's running forward. Nade out. Oh, bam! Nah. 6 damage. We're not doing that. Round 2, maybe? That's okay. It's not doing much damage. But it's scaring them. It scares them enough. The barrels come out to play. So nicely handled by Blaze here, but there is still Gemty. Don't get ahead of yourselves, boys. Gemty's a danger at any time of the game. Molly in. Blaze playing a very dangerous game because WS are moving up in the meantime. Keep that in mind. And these guys are just playing a game of, you know, carefree PUBG. They're just having a good time now.
I do like the flashbangs. Well, they're a nade then. Secondary one. Keep him whited up and eventually the smoke will go down. Reveal his position, it should be an easy frag. While I really like this addition, that's a cock on, right? Yeah, that's actually hit him. That should be an easy frag. Oh. Gets it, job done in the end. But the problem is the example that you just saw directly in front of your face. Eventually coming out of there proves so difficult. You're in a beveled area. Nades are always going to roll to you from a central point. One smoke, there's really no hard cover whatsoever. It's extremely difficult to work when you're on the opposing side. Yes, there's survivability factor, but after that, more than that, there isn't too much. Could be said the same for ENCE, and the quicker that I try and move on to that story, they're instantly eliminated. Blaze back on the defensive, though, because more teams have arrived at the door. This time it's WS. They're just in the next ditch along. The nades will continue. Does Deep realize that off strings to his left-hand side? It's a bit of a 3-way battle. Grenades raining down could cause holy hell on the side of Blaze. All 4 of them are in there. One well-placed frag is going to do so much damage. Up and over we go for Northern Lights. They remove him for that position. And now maybe they make note of the team that was next to them along the way. This could be the next objective. And if Northern Lights get in early while they're weakened, there'll be 4 easy frags on the board.
Here we go, Northern Lights. Let's see what you got here. They're just about to go on the move. Here's a replay of... Oh, this is Ents being destroyed. Ah, that looked like Breaks Cleo there. How interesting. Nice. That was reliable. But we are going to be seeing Blaze be engaged on. You saw Northern Lights kind of posturing for it early on. These guys want to sweep and clear. They've got to get rid of this area and Blaze are the nuisance, right? They're currently holding the keys to maybe pressuring Liquid late game. But Liquid are the kings of the castle. This compound is great for them. Shift W on the move. I want to see this. Brexco's just found Shiv. But Zoc has lost life. So this is not without a bit of a loss here as well. 2 fights on 2 fronts. Now Blaze aren't in a position to do much with, so I'm not too worried about them. They're down in second to last. They can cause Northern Lights issues, but they're also not a team within the top 10. Or excuse me, like the top 5 that I want to be looking at. It's the other fight. It's the Shift W. You raise your edge. You're Liquid now on the push. This is going to be the fun one. Looking at Monkey, he knows he's trying to get rid of these guys quickly because Mexi and Clib have just pushed out of their compounds. They're starting to get a little bit fruity with this. I like it. Mexi there towards Monkey. Clean up crews turned up. Shift W go down. They're eliminated in 4th. Not bad. You'll be happy enough with that and raise your edge with a boatload of kills, but Liquid are on the case. Jeems takes down Rip. This is looking good for the Liquid gang. And bear in mind, they're just behind Shift W. Just. So a good finish, couple more kills. That could be a 2nd place. That's a big jump up there for them. And that puts them right behind FaZe. They could close the gap in the final game potentially if they win this in a convincing fashion.
And Liquid have done just that. Now, sitting 5 points behind Shift W, they could jump here. They really, really could. And, I mean, what? 4, 5, 6 kills. If they pick up all the frags, that's them jumping them. Plus the 10 points on the end. They're going to be within touching distance of FaZe if they clear this lobby.
Here we go, Blaze. It's pull-up time. Let's see if Liquid can control it. Early Molly's going out. They're trying to light that floor on fire. And it helps out that they found Rip. A doozy chiming in as well. He wants to steal these points away. He wants some for Raise Your Edge. Put them in the pocket. 101 points. 1 more and they'll jump WS. Exactly what they're eyeing up. Lazza has made it inside. The rest of the team, oh no, Apocalypse still there too. He was just on the hillside still. Oh gosh, and the blue moving in. I don't know what he can do with this. Jeems is on the ground now. Clib's out there. Clib's aggressive. I think he just ate the flash of Jeems though, which isn't ideal. Let's see if Lazza can do any damage here. They're all out hunting. There's a chance. If they overstep, they get too greedy. No, perfectly played by Mexi. Apocalypse can't trade it. Bit of damage done, but this is what they wanted. There we go. Liquid mopping up the kills. They're going to be jumping anytime soon now. Raise your edge. These 2 players, Adir and Aduzi, I wouldn't have thought they'd be on the same team together, but they are both heavyweight fighters when it comes down to it. They are some really talented players. And if this centralizes in the way I think it will, Liquid will have to leave that compound. So I'm waiting to see if they get a knock like that, it's game on. Suddenly, Jeems goes down. Can't flush it, but time is of the essence. So they're going to have to consider, okay, how much ground do we lose? How much time do we lose picking up this player? Hopefully for them, they can do it for free. They can do it safely. Now, Liquid will have to leave this compound. I don't know what their util's like, but Udir's is nutty. 3'd up, geared up. Plenty of util to play with. Vehicle as well for a doozy. Going to move it forward, try and build up a bit of a last stand bastion here.
This is the thing. While Liquid has manpower, Aduzi and Udir have a crossfire set up. They cover more ground and they have a more centralized position where Liquid has to approach them. Liquid has to attack them in my... Oh, I don't know. Actually, now I look at that compound, that wall was closer to the center than what I think Raise Your Edge are. I actually genuinely think Liquid could survive them and live them out by playing the wall.
Potentially, yeah. It depends on how much they use these vehicles to just build a bridge forward. Smokes up, smoke up, smoke up, keep moving forward in this. It's going to be tricky, but it's possible when you've got players like Aduzi trying to stay alive. Adir is down low, but Aduzi's made it to the compound. That's the move he needed. Quick first aid. They can't deal with him fast. Mexi's been knocked. So Liquid down to 3. Raise Your Edge are currently leading the tempo, and that's really big. So he's been spotted by 2. He needs Adir to help him out. Sprays on 1. The Scar's back out. It is looking good. Aduzi gets caught in the doorway. He's down. And Adir left in a what? A 1v4? Oh gosh, this might be a little bit too far out even for him. Molly's up. Everything's been put out to this one. Adir's got a smoke to stay alive in. That's all he's got to play with. And down he goes. Liquid. They will not accept the fact that they were not meant to be looking good today. They're not meant to be looking good this tournament. On those first couple of times we saw these guys, were like, okay, Liquid, what's going on? This isn't right. FaZe have turned up. They're looking great. Couple of weird pieces here and there. But the later portion of this tournament, Liquid have arrived.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind, no die from last y'all. I pray my dick get big as the Apple Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud nine and there's